What is up everyone, Mark here. Welcome back to my channel, welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be giving my top 10 songs so far for Eurovision 2024. Without further ado, let's get into my number 10 spot, which is the Netherlands. This is Joost Klein with the song Euro Papa. Okay, some of you are probably wondering, why is this song in my top 10? And I get it. This song is not for everyone. It's kind of different, kind of strange. Joost also kind of looks like this guy. When I first heard this song, I thought it was a little bit too similar to some other kind of funny songs we've gotten, like Croatia, like Finland. However, the more I listened to it, the more I got into it, and the music video helped a lot with that as well, giving me a sense of the story behind this song, what it was trying to express. And also, once I did my research and read up on the meaning of the song, I really fell in love with it. So let me start from the surface level, right? The song is a lot of fun to listen to. It's a very danceable song. I could see it playing at the club or something and everyone having a really good time. And also the song tells a story. It's about this kind of character who's traveling all over Europe and experiencing all these different countries. He goes to Germany, he goes to Italy, he goes everywhere. And that's kind of fun and pretty quirky and very Eurovision. You know what it is? This song feels like it was made for Eurovision because it is. Let's talk about the meaning behind the song. So Joost actually had a very tragic family life. His dream growing up had always been to perform in the Eurovision Song Contest, and he lost his parents at a young age, so they'll never get to see him in Eurovision. Because of that, he dedicated this song to his father, who told him the world has no boundaries. And I think that is so beautiful. I love that the song is dedicated to Joost's father and to this idea that the world really does not have any borders and everyone can come together. This might be the first Eurovision song in a while, if not ever, to get me really, really emotional. I mean, the last 15 seconds or so of the song, where the tone totally switches and Joost is basically talking to his dad. Yeah, that really got to me, and I don't think a song has made me that emotional since Hold Me Closer in 2022. That gives the song a lot of credit. Again, it's not a song I listen to all the time, but the meaning of it, the message it conveys, it means a lot to me, and so for me, this song gets a 9 out of 10. Now, before I get into my number 9 spot, I also want to mention, I don't know if this is an honorable mention. You know what I'll do? I will cheat a bit. Let's have a tie, okay? My other 10th place is Switzerland. This is Nemo with the song The Code. And wow, very much like the Netherlands, I wasn't quite sure what to make of it on first listen. I thought it was different, you know, very unique, very interesting, but I wasn't sure if it was my favorite thing ever. However, the more I listened to it, the more I just got into it, the more I understood it, the more I started to appreciate the song's use of different genres like rap, like pop, like opera. And if you don't know, I actually love opera. As a matter of fact, back in 2018, one of my favorite songs, I think was my second place, was actually Alina Nechaeva with the song La Forza, which was one of Eurovision's only opera songs that we've gotten recently. So this song got a lot of points for me. I think when The Code really clicked for me was this moment. Yeah, Nemo has some really great vocal range, and I also just love how talented they are. The fact that they're able to pull off rap, pull off pop, pull off opera, all in the same song and make it sound good. Yeah, that is impressive to me, and I hope that they're going to be able to pull this off live on the stage in Malmö. Because if they do, Switzerland might actually be getting a top 10 finish this year, maybe even a top 5 finish. Yeah, I really love this song, especially that one moment with the opera. But yeah, with that said, let's move on to my number 9 spot, which is Austria. This is also another recent one we've gotten. Yeah, I really love this song a lot. For me, I love rave music, a lot of Europop music. What do you call it? I think some people call it Eurobeat music. And I love how Austria has been sending us such danceable songs year after year. Let's keep that up. That is much appreciated. This is a song that I would listen to a lot. That is why it is ranked so highly. A song that I think could really steal the show in Eurovision because of how danceable it is, how much everyone in the audience is going to be dancing to this song. And I also want to mention that because we do not have any live performances of this song, I can't rank it much higher than this, just because I really like to see the live performances. That really weighs heavily in a lot of my rankings. But yeah, I love the song, so much fun. The music video actually just dropped, and I just really cannot wait to experience this live in Malmö, because can you imagine? Yeah, with that said, let us move on to my number 8 spot, which is Lithuania. This is Sylvester Belt with the song Luktelk. Now, this is of course the first song of this video that was released a little while back, but yeah, still love the song. One of the big standouts is of course the song's aesthetic. It's got this kind of darker aesthetic to it, this kind of dark sort of sound. A little bit hard to describe, but I just like songs that have that sort of edge to them. And I also really like the choreography. I think the choreography is what makes this song stand out the most to me, just because very few songs have a lot of choreography this year, and very few of the ones that have choreography pull it off this well. If you look at all the live performances we got in the national final for Lithuania, Sylvester just hit every note in terms of choreography and just did amazing. And the song is just a lot of fun to listen to. I actually listen to this a lot. I think it is probably one of the most streamed songs in my playlist, if not the most streamed song in my playlist of this entire year so far. So that also counts for a lot. For me, this gets another 9 out of 10. Great song, and I think Lithuania is going to do very well this year, hopefully getting a top 10 result. So that said, let's move on to my number 7 spot. And this year it is actually another Baltic country, and this is Latvia. Okay, hear me out. I know some people are going to be like, what is Latvia doing here? I know this song is not everyone's cup of tea. I know it's not in everyone's top 10, that's for sure. So I'm going to go over the 3 big things that make this song so special to me. The first one is Don's voice. There is such a weight to it, such a depth to Don's voice. He's able to express so much emotion just through his voice that I feel like a lot of singers, they try to do, but he just does it perfectly. The second thing I love about this song is the staging. The staging is so simple. It's Don there by himself. I really hope that they keep it simple like this. I think it's beautiful. I think it's elegant. I think it works so well and sets the stage for the emotions that Don's is trying to convey. And on that note, speaking about these emotions and what he's trying to convey, I love the lyrics. Don's is talking about just living a life that is not meaningful to him. And I'll put some lyrics on the screen now just so you can see, because some of these talk about things like selling yourself out. And I feel like a lot of us can relate to that. Just kind of abandoning our passions for things like money or fame or, what have you. And people pretending they're preachers, like influencers and people that are trying to tell others how to live their lives when they themselves really don't have all the answers. So yeah, I think this song really is about authenticity, self-discovery, and self-love. And that means the world to me. So 9 out of 10 for this song, still very close to 9.5, but I will reserve that for my top 6. Beginning with my number 6 spot, which is France. This is Slimane with the song Mon Amour. Again, I'm so sorry I do not speak French. I am going to work on my pronunciation next time, but moving on. This song is fantastic. Slimane is such a phenomenal singer, and Slimane has such a powerful voice. I mean, such a moving voice. One of the best in this competition, in my opinion. Really accounts for like 90% of why the song is so high on my list. I love his vocal range, the way he's able to have these very soaring vocals in the chorus, but also these much softer vocals in the bridge. Now, I've seen some people that say the song is boring, and you know what? I get it, but for me, every time I listen to it, I get goosebumps. I love this song. I think it is beautiful, and that's just my opinion, really. What I also love about it, too, is that every time Slimane has performed this live, he has given a 5-star performance. Look at his performance in Croatia. Look at his performance by the Arc de Triomphe. He just knows what he's doing when it comes to vocals and just giving a great performance, and that is why he is ranked in my top 6. For me, this is a great song, a great artist, a great singer, and just all around one of the best that France has ever sent. Simply beautiful, and for me gets a 9.5 out of 10. With that said, let's move on to my top 5, beginning with my number 5 spot, which is Serbia. This is Teya Dora with the song Ramonda. Serbia had one of the strongest national finals of this entire season. Honestly, of the past 2 to 3 years, in my opinion, the caliber of these acts that we got, from Zorya to, of course, Teya Dora to Constructa. So it says a lot that Teya Dora is the one who Serbia is sending. The song, in a lot of ways, is very unique, almost because it isn't so overly bombastic or over the top with everything. It's very calm, very soothing, and in a year where we have so many songs that are trying to be funny or exciting or crazy or whatever, this really stands out. And I've said this in previous years about different songs, but I love songs that kind of put you in a trance, that take you to a different world. That is exactly what this song does. This takes you to a different universe. From the very first second, from the very first frame even, the way you watch as the music video blends into the live performance, you are in her universe. You are no longer in PZE or Eurovision. You are in the world of Ramonda. And that is one of the big things that I love about this particular song. Also, let's talk about her voice. There are just so many subtle, soft vocal moments in this song that really just get under your skin and only makes you fall even deeper into this trance, into this magical world that Teya Dora is sending us to. And let's talk about that staging. Okay, the staging here is phenomenal. It's so simple, yet so effective. Teya Dora isn't bringing out a bunch of dancers or a bunch of confetti or pyro or anything like that. She's just using maybe a bit of LEDs here and there, and that's all she really needs. And even the LED effects are so subtle and so beautiful too. They match the song so well. They don't feel out of place. They feel very natural, and everything just comes together so beautifully. The vocals, the staging, the song itself, everything. And I especially love these effects during the chorus. I mean, look how simple these are. The lights too, the mist, very subtle, very simple things that elevate the performance that much more. And while I have praised this song for its soft vocals and subtlety, I love how powerful that last minute is. The music swells, the vocals get louder, the staging gets a bit crazier, but it still feels very consistent with the rest of the song. It's a natural progression to this amazing crescendo that just ends the song so beautifully. Also, before I move on to my number 4 spot, I want to mention what Ramonda even means. Ramonda is actually a type of flower, a flower that is actually very significant to Serbia. It is actually a symbol of Serbia's struggle and victory in World War I. People in Serbia also wear this flower to commemorate fallen soldiers, and also during Armistice Day, so I think it is so meaningful to have a song about this flower during a time when the world is in so much turmoil. So for me, this is a fantastic song, 9.5 out of 10. Really love this song a lot, and I cannot wait to see it on the stage in Malmö. With that said, let us move on to my top 4. Now, Ramonda probably will enter my top 4 very soon as I listen to it more, but for now, my top 4 begins with Norway. Now, first thing I'll say is Norway is giving us some of the most inventive staging we've gotten all year. Look at this. I mean, you have the lead singer spinning around on this weird disc, you have people playing guitar, you have rock and a band, but some lightning and crazy effects going on. The staging here on paper should be a mess, but it works so well. The song also sounds amazing. I actually love that it's all in Norwegian. As far as I know, we don't really get songs in Norwegian that often. I believe the last time that happened was over 10 years ago, so that is a big deal to me as well. The vocals are also very good live. Now, I will say the vocals did sound a bit shaky in the first semifinal of MGP, but that is something that has improved, and I'm sure will improve when we see this in Malmö, just because I'm sure that lead singer had to get used to that spinning platform, so really don't take points off for that too much. I also want to mention that this song is actually based off of a medieval Norwegian ballad about a woman who triumphs over evil after going through a million different crazy trials that you can read up on, because I'm not sure some of these are safe to talk about on YouTube, and neither are the lyrics, honestly. You can go look up the lyrics on your own time. I don't think I should put them on the screen, because when you read them, you'll know what I mean. Still a really cool song. I love, again, this reference to folklore, the fact that it is based off this medieval ballad that brings that unique cultural element to this entry. Overall, 9.5 out of 10. Norway is coming in hot for another top 5 finish. So, that said, let us move on to my number 3 spot, which is still Ukraine. Alyona and Jerry Heil with the song Teresa Maria. Now, as you might know, I am a big Jerry Heil fan. I loved her in Vidbeer last year. She was my winner last year for Vidbeer, so really great that she's finally representing Ukraine in Eurovision. And Alyona is a fantastic rapper. I love her segment in this song, and also beyond just the rap, harmonizing with Jerry Heil's vocals. I think all of that was amazing, worked very well here. And I will say the vocals here are some of the best in this competition. Jerry Heil in particular just has a phenomenal voice. I mean, just look at this moment here. Yeah, Jerry Heil can sing. I absolutely love the vocals, but even beyond that, the song itself is a lot of fun to listen to. Now, I will say when I first heard it, I wasn't totally sold on it because it was very different from When God Shut the Door, which was Jerry Heil's song from last year, but this is incredible in its own way. I really feel like as the song goes along, the more you like it, at least that was my experience. So yeah, this song is one that I'm really excited to see on stage. Again, I love the rap part. I love the way it balances out the somber tone of the verses and chorus. And overall, this is a fantastic song about very significant historical figures, those of course being Teresa and Maria, Mother Teresa and Mary, and references these historical figures to symbolize, in their words, charity, love, and unification. So overall, this song not only sounds amazing, but has a great message, and I cannot wait to see how they pull this off in Malmö, because even in Vidbeer, with all that limited staging, they still looked and sounded amazing. And also, I should mention there were some tech issues with the song in Vidbeer, and those are obviously going to be corrected in Malmö, so we are certain to get a top-tier performance. Right now, for me, this gets a 9.5 out of 10, but this definitely has the potential to move higher in my rankings once we see this in Malmö. So, that said, let us move on to my top 2 of this competition so far, beginning with my number 2 spot, which is Italy. This is Angelina Mango with the song La Noia. Firstly, I want to say that Angelina has an amazing stage presence that really elevates everything about this entry. The song itself is fantastic, and I listen to it a lot. It's very catchy, and it also has a bit of a Latin American flair to it, which I really appreciate. So even with all that, Angelina's performance takes this to the next level. She was amazing in Sanremo. She gave so much energy to every performance, and made this song an absolute standout. I think Angelina is an amazing artist, an amazing singer, and will do fantastically well in Malmö. I really cannot wait to see this on the big Eurovision stage, and I wonder what they're going to do with this song, if they're going to give her any big staging, or really keep things simple. Keep in mind, we've only seen this song without any staging, no real anything on stage besides some lighting, so it remains to be seen whether or not that will change in Malmö, and a part of me kind of hopes it doesn't, because I feel like the song works just with her by herself on the stage. All she really needs is her charisma and herself, and that is really enough to get the song to a top 3 finish in the competition, at least in my opinion. For me, I will give this song a 10 out of 10. I really have no critiques for it, honestly, and I just cannot wait to see what she does in Malmö. That said, let us move on to a number 1 spot, and you probably guessed this already, but it is still Croatia. This is Baby Lasagna with the song Rim Tim Tagi Tim. Interesting title, but amazing song. In a lot of ways, it is similar to Cha 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 from last year, in the sense that you are getting a more funny, light lighthearted song that is really just there for mostly laughs, but I still feel like this song has its own unique identity, and I don't really see myself comparing it that much to Cha Cha Cha. Whereas some other entries that are a bit more humorous, like Finland's entry this year, I would kind of compare that more with Cha Cha Cha. I feel like here with Croatia's entry, it just feels so much more authentic to the singer, and it's also just a lot of fun. I love the staging, I love all the different Croatian cultural elements sprinkled in, and I do want to say, for people that have not seen the last video, the exact moment that I realized this could win, and it is this one. That is when I knew this song had something, this song was a potential winner, and that was honestly kind of when this song became my winner. I also want to mention that according to Baby Lasagna himself, this song is actually about young people in Croatia leaving the country for better opportunities. And according to the artist, he wanted to put a more lighthearted approach to this issue. So I'm actually curious if anyone is watching from Croatia, what you might think about that, if you have any thoughts on the meaning behind the song and the song's connection to the current situation in Croatia. I also want to mention the lyric about anxiety attacks, and that kind of confused me on first listen. I was like, why is he talking about anxiety? But now I'm realizing it's because he's talking about people moving, people leaving their country, probably himself leaving the country at some point or just leaving his home. And even for myself, someone who is planning to leave my own country, that is a big deal. That is a very scary thing and will obviously cause a lot of anxiety. So for me, I actually had that kind of connection with the song myself, and I really resonate with its message. So we shall see if anyone dethrones Rim Tim Tagi Tim. It might happen, it might not happen. I am still very excited to hear the remaining songs that have not been released yet. So it remains to be seen whether or not this ranking will be the same. But yeah, I just love Croatia's entry this year. I think it is definitely a potential winner and is one of my favorite songs that we've gotten in this competition by far. So for me, this will also get a 10 out of 10. Really cannot wait to see this on the big stage and how everyone is going to react to it in Malmö. So that said, this has been my top 10. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that. Let me know what you think down below, and let's start a discussion about the song contest. Thank you all once again so much, and I will see you all next time. Peace.